Hello, this is not a spring chicken. If you've been following, of course, the news, well, you've been seeing us to be hospital today. Well, let's just say the weather has been rather wet here. The weather's not just bad here in Southern California, it's bad in a lot of other places. But meanwhile, we're in between rocks, so I'm going to bring Oldecam on with comments on the headlines of today.
Oh, in the waves today.
Oh.
I know. As most people know, she does not go out in the rain, so it is not raining right now.
This 2010 census says it is a Republican nation in 2012, but 32 million illegal voters say it will be an all-blue nation in 2012.
Well, he said Obama has no other choice than to give them amnesty because they lost eight states in the census. So.
Well, which is really kind of amazing since they were trying to rig the census in the first place.
Well, I know. Could
you imagine if they didn't do it, how red it might have been?
No, but Democrats don't understand that the people that they were counting on saying they were in the census don't want to talk to the government. They don't want people to know where they're at, so therefore they didn't get counted.
Oh, you mean because they do understand what the word illegal means?
That they, unlike Obama and most of the Democratic Party, the illegal aliens do understand the word illegal.
And Obama's terrible, horrible, no good, very bad year, yet he is still America's greatest president and most pro-business president ever elevated, and no Republican stand up to him in the next election.
I heard that yesterday. I thought that was an amazing.
Where did that
Basically, it's a huge run-on sentence is what that is. They said that there's no Republican that can take him in the election because he is so immensely popular, and the programs that he put in will only become more popular. That's why they cut the funding last week, the billion that he was trying to slip in for funding Obamacare, and why they're going to dismantle it by shutting all his funding off on it. That's how popular he really is.
And the FCC has new regulations for the internet.
Yeah, basically, they're going to seize the internet for the public benefit. They're going to basically take the telephone companies out of it and the cable companies out of it and turn it over to those people that most know how to do with the public, which is the newspapers that no one wants to watch and the TV networks that no one wants to watch, all of whom support the Democratic Party. Isn't that amazing? But what makes it even more amazing, the court has repeatedly told the FCC it does not have legal rights to do anything it's doing, but the Republicans are starting. I heard McConnell said that we thought that the president had got the message. Obviously he didn't. So.
Well, 12 men arrested in suspected UK terrorism plot.
Oh yeah, they said in Great Britain they don't arrest you on suspicion. It means they know they were going to cause a fit. Well, because after they said that somebody actually had their hands in that bulletproof car on the Prince Charles and his wife, that scared the hell out of the British government because first of all,
scary that they got that close.
You can't. They're bulletproof windows. They do not come open, and somebody knew, which meant somebody in the government told people what they were driving, when they were driving it, and how to bust those windows open on one blow.
That's pretty scary.
I mean, they could have been killed.
Very close to it. The military will write the rules on repeal of the gay ban.
Yeah, like they said, the hell they will. Said what it was is, we got the Democrats. Well, I don't see why this can't be instituted immediately. Well, what happened was the military has already said that they're not going to have the gay weddings in military uniform. They are not going to be, if they catch them in public doing that, they're going to charge them with violation of military conduct. They're going to charge them, said that if they try to hit on somebody in the military, they're going to be thrown out of the military. So nothing has changed. The military, no matter what the president and his people said, did not want what he did. They're going to be a slow. It may take a year, 2 years, could be a decade before this is instituted. So they told people not to rush to rejoin the military that were basically tossed out for all of the reasons above. So.
Republicans failed to amend the arms pact with Russia, but Obama promises it will be fixed later. Oh, yes, a brand new start.
Well, yeah, Russians basically said there will be no changing of this thing, and so Obama basically has guaranteed the Russians that. Well, the trick is, the preamble doesn't say that if we do anything to change the terms of the treaty, they back out of it. And if we do anything on missile defense, it's violation of the terms of the treaty. It says in the preamble. I can read.
Well, you know, part of it is why would they want? It's like if there's changes, right?
Yeah.
And they want to, let's just say, diffuse it. All those other countries are starting to build nuclear facilities.
Yeah, and it basically limits us. It limits us from protection, but it doesn't limit the Russians, because Russians just give their knowledge to one of the other countries, and the other countries build the weapons for the Russians. So they don't lose anything out of this. The only thing that loses, why do they think the treaty wasn't done under Bush? Because it's a bad treaty.
And FDA cannot block the import of e-cigarettes, the court rules.
Well, because it's nothing more than the same thing as if they have a nicotine patch or something. It's, I figured 2 years ago that it was a great way to get people off of cigarettes is to use one of those things, because a lot of them it has to do with the feel of holding the thing in their hands and putting it in their mouth, and that's what better substitute for that than the stupid e-cigarette?
Well, because a lot of it is an oral fixation.
That's right.
Yeah. California regulators okay major greenhouse gas rules and expect major green companies to move to the state to work.
Yeah, that was before the census came out this morning. The census said one of the reasons why people are leaving California is because it's hostile towards business and has too high a tax rate.
Oh, they did say that on
that's
there?
That's on one of the ancillary reasons why businesses are fleeing the state.
Pope, church must reflect on culpability in child abuse scandals.
They won't, because they never do.
And Yahoo is preparing to lay off 600 to 700 workers.
I know. Basically, it gets worse every time you turn around. I think Yahoo will...
I know, we talked about this, yesterday or the day before?
Yeah, every day they're dumping. What happens is they're dumping internet companies that they own because they can't make any money. Okay, here's the trick is, nobody can make money off the internet. It's a virtual impossibility because they don't handle it right. I came from the era when they said nobody could make money off of TV, and the TV developed a model that basically should be the model for the internet, but they won't do it. Well, they said people won't watch commercials. Well, if they're part of the program, they will. That's how they sold stuff. Okay, you don't think that Lucy smoked the cigarettes that she got because she liked those cigarettes. She smoked them because the sponsor supplied them.
Although I'm starting to see more of that in TV shows.
Because they're going back to the way they used to do business in order to make money.
Soon the government check will no longer be in the mail.
They're going to do electronic things. Problem is, if you got a small bank that doesn't do electronic transfers, well, you're up to sunset.
Yeah. GI supporters still awaiting the WikiLeaks donation.
Yeah. He's not going to. I mean, they sunk the guy, and his excuse was he believed in gay rights, and the military forced him into doing it. But that's almost like saying that he's a traitor to the country because of gay rights. Well, that didn't go anywhere with anybody, including the gay people.
FCC chief poised to push forward with net neutrality rule.
Well, they already did it. They already, but McConnell has said we will have hearings on Obama's taking over the internet. And they did specifically. They said Obama's taking over the internet.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, they said it will not stand because the House will simply shut off funding. The guy, Boyner, said this morning, we will shut off funding for the FCC January the 3rd.
Which actually is really bad, too.
They're going to shut, because that's how they're going to handle Obama's executive orders. They're going to shut off okay, all funding bills must start and end in the House of Representatives.
Oh.
Therefore, Obama can fund nothing. He can say, basically they said, until hell freezes over, he can make rules. What's he going to pay for them with?
Yeah.
So.
Russia's Soyuz, soon to be the only lifeline to space.
Because Obama doesn't believe in the space program, so he shut off all funding to build anything to get us to the station that we're paying for.
Obama administration gives up on settlement free.
Because the Muslims don't trust him. I mean, the guy, basically, this morning, they started attacking the Israelis because they killed the American tourists. This morning, they went full force into Gaza with their airplanes this morning. But that's how they handle the problem in Israel. They simply take out everybody.
Waste in U.S. and Afghan aid seen at billions of dollars.
It's a government-ran institution, so...
What else do you expect? And a Monty Bubble isn't from the Mark Twain of the Animal Kingdom.
When you get old, you find out that no one pays any attention to anything you say.